So you might be wondering why there was a stack of vinyl and musical instruments behind me in some of the earlier content in the course and why I'm in this environment. And that's because I am in Ojai, California with David and Sarah from Underground Sun, which is an independent record label. And they have been gracious enough to allow us to come into their world and actually allow me to help them go through the process of creating a web series. So good to see you guys.
Great to see you, Jim.
So I think we'll start just with having a conversation so that we understand a little bit about your brand and your company. And maybe, David, you can tell me first just a little bit about Underground Sun.
Sure. In early 2000s, I just finished at Berklee College of Music in Boston and was very much into music production and wanted to help bands and other artists amplify and get their music out, help them write better songs, all that stuff. So formed the label, worked with a number of artists, started building it there in Boston, and then finally in 2009 came out to Los Angeles, landed in Venice, and then really built it out, started offering more business services for this sort of like do-it-yourself record label, independent record label. And Sarah came into the picture, and we started working on music and started building up the brand of Underground Sun a little bit more. And then we recently came to Ojai, where we've landed now and are trying to expand it even more.
Good. So we kind of get a little bit of the genesis of the company and then how the two of you started to work together. And now I want to find out a little bit about your involvement, Sarah, in Underground Sun.
Well, if you look at my LinkedIn profile, it says artist relations and business operations, but in all honesty, my job role reaches far past that. Just like running any business, I have to wear many hats. Anything that really needs to be done for the label at any given time, I am often the one who handles that, or I am the one who outsources that task and brings somebody else on. My role involves creativity, it involves artist relations, and finding really great talent. And anything else that needs to be done with regard to the business behind the scenes. Some of it's not as fun as others, but I do it.
Understood. It's not uncommon for lots of businesses nowadays, and there's a lot of opportunities to grow your business, but I think a lot of us, myself included, are wearing many hats. And part of that is content creation, to create and build an audience. And so we've been having a lot of discussions about that. And one of the things that I find fascinating, which won't necessarily be true for everybody watching this course, is that you already are an established business, you have a brand, and you also have grown a pretty sizable audience on your channel in terms of the content that you're already putting out there. But now you've decided that you're going to create a web series that ties into Underground Sun that's very different from the content that you've been creating in the past. And what I'm most interested in talking to you about right now is what was the inspiration behind making that decision to create a web series? David?
So you're right. We have a pretty significant audience already of 100,000 plus subscribers on our YouTube channel, but they've all come in because of music video content, and we want to offer them something different, something more community-based, something that's more interactive. So Sarah and I have had a bunch of discussions about how can we do that on that platform, and that's really the underlying inspiration for creating a web series.
Yeah, I think that a part of our brand has always been community engagement. No matter where Underground Sun has lived geographically, we've engaged our community, we've built more community, and really we kind of base our business model off of having fun and creating something awesome. And something else that we really wanted to tie into the creation of a web series is that we're both educators. And how can we both connect with our audience by way of teaching something or sharing some experience or knowledge that we've gained over the years, but also engage them creatively. We're already really pumping the pipeline full of music video content and artist-specific content, but we have a lot more to offer, and we have a lot more that we can share with an audience that we otherwise wouldn't really be able to engage with as much. So we thought a web series would be a perfect way to do that.
Wow. So it's clear to me that as a company and as a brand that you have a really clear idea of who your audience is, and you have inspiration in terms of what this series is going to be all about. And I think that for the audience, it's important to understand that maybe you're in a particular industry, the music industry, but this translates to any type of business, any brand that's out there, whether it's financial, health, fitness, travel, food, whatever it's going to be. And it's finding that inspiration and then being willing to do the work and then having the rewards of actually creating that content on an ongoing basis, engaging with that audience, getting that feedback, letting it grow over time. And I'm super excited about working with you guys on creating and planning and executing your web series.